Welcome everybody, and welcome to another of my routines, which is for more advanced, slightly more advanced people, for those of you who've been doing Pilates for a while. And you will need your mat and a head cushion, whichever head cushion you normally use. And again, if you have a ball, then have your ball to hand, but if not, maybe a cushion. You don't have to have either, but I quite like it. It's a little bit more challenging when we do the scissors, so you'll see what I mean when we get there. So I'm going to start with the roll downs. So get your position, your standing posture correct. So even weight through both your legs. It's worth just taking a moment here to release any tension in the body. Have that sense of being really grounded through both your feet neither turned in nor turned out. The knees are soft, they're not necessarily bent, but they're not locked. And have that sense of being grounded through both your legs from the pelvis and the hips down. And then lengthen through your spine away from the pelvis and the hips. Relaxing the shoulders, let your arms gently relax by your side. Have that sense of your neck lengthening away from your shoulders and your head balancing on top of your spine, and release any tension in the face, especially the jaw, the cheeks, and feel that the eyes are nice and light. And when you breathe in, try and not bring your shoulders up to your ears, but direct your breath into the base of the rib cage. So let's go into our roll downs, arms by your side. Breathe in to lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, roll your neck down first. Always isolate your neck and then your upper back, your mid back. Try not to come forward too much onto your heels. Use your abdominals to stop yourself falling forward. We're just going to do a straight roll down for the first one. So go down just as far as you feel comfortable on the first one. Stay here for a couple of breaths, feeling really grounded through your heels and lengthened up through the back of your legs away from your heels. Your arms are relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears, and your head is nice and heavy and relaxed. And then on your next out breath, scoop your tummy in and roll yourself up, still keeping your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Get the pelvis all the way back round to the hip bones or to the front. And then you lengthen up through your spine. And then we're going to go into downward dog for the next few. Breathing in to lengthen through your spine. Breathing out to roll your neck down, your upper back. So each vertebra is coming up on its own. You're not coming down in blocks of vertebra. Everything's staying relaxed. Don't go back onto your heels. Use your abdominals, use your core. Get your hands all the way down to your toes. If you can't quite reach your toes the first couple, then bend your knees so that you can. And then without wriggling, swaying in the hips, you walk yourself out into a short downward dog. Come onto your toes, you reach away from your wrists, your head is between your arms, and you're reaching the hips away from you. And then bend one knee as you drop the other heel towards the floor. You're really getting a stretch in that calf. Rise onto your toes as you swap over, one knee in, the other heel down. So to begin with, don't hurry it. You really want to focus on the heel that's going towards the floor. You don't lift off the toes. Keep the toes in the same place, that you work through those toes. And keep going. And that's 6. We're going to do a total of 10. 7 and 8. So the hips stay on a level, and 9 and 10. Then rise onto my toes. I walk my hands back towards my toes and my heels will come back down onto the floor or the mat. And now I'm going to roll myself up. Just like you normally do, coming up out of a roll down. And we're going to do another 2 like that. Take a breath in, breathe out, roll yourself down. Either on and out breath or just breathing, whatever you feel comfortable. Get your hands all the way down to your toes. Bend your knees if you need to. Then walk your hands out into a short downward dog. So get yourself into a good downward dog position each time. You're never sinking into your wrists. And then we'll do the 10 calf stretches with the walking. Keep pulling your tummy in. Keep away from the wrists. That's 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Rise up onto my toes, walk my hands back all the way to my toes and roll myself back up, shoulders staying relaxed, lengthening up through the spine. And we'll do one more like that. Take a breath in to lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, roll the neck down. And keep rolling down. Hopefully your spine's loosening up a little bit now, but only go as far as you can manage. Again, you can always bend your knees if you need to. Walk yourself out into your downward dog, onto your toes, and let's do the calf stretches. So hopefully now the calves are feeling a little bit easier. Stretch the heel down. That's 3, 4, working the toes 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Onto my toes. Walk my hands back. The heels will come back down and roll myself up. And we're going to do 2 more roll downs, but this time we're going to add a little extra hamstring stretch. Now we've loosened up the calves. So breathing in, breathing out, roll down as normal. Don't be tempted to start hurrying it. It's really good exercise for loosening up the spine. So now bend your knee so a bit more of your hand can come onto the mat or the floor, and then very carefully straighten up, or see how much you can straighten up. It doesn't matter if you don't straighten up completely, but you're trying to stretch everything behind the knee and the back of the leg. We'll do 4. When you bend your knees, make sure your knees don't turn in, they stay in line with your big toe. And then you roll yourself back up from the base of the spine, never coming up from the shoulders, always getting the hip bones all the way back round and lengthening the rest of the spine without any tension at all. We'll do one more, and with those hamstring stretches, rolling down. And then bend your knees so you can get a bit more of your hands on the floor, and see how much you can straighten up behind the leg. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Don't bring the shoulders to the ears. If you find you have to do that, then you've gone a little bit too strong. And then roll yourself up. And this is such a great way of loosening up your spine. Well done. So that's a great way to start the routine. So now we're going to come to the giraffe. So take your legs nice and wide. Again, this is a lovely exercise for loosening up the spine. So however wide you feel comfortable, don't stick your bottom out. And you're going to come forward with a flat back here. So hinging from these hip creases, come forward with a flat back. And then as you take your head and your arms down, you will come into a slightly rounded back. And again, you can adjust your leg position here to wherever you feel comfortable. You get a nice stretch on the inside thigh. So we'll stay here for a couple of breaths just to enjoy that stretch through the legs, through the inside thigh. And you're not going to shift your weight, but rather you're going to rotate your body over your left leg. Your right arm will come across and hold on to the outside of that leg wherever is comfortable, and then you take your left arm up to the ceiling. See if you can see your fingertips. Shoulders stay relaxed away from your ears, and a full breath here. And then you bring that top arm down. Let both hands come back to the center together. Just pause momentarily to check you haven't shifted any weight, and then you rotate your body over your right leg. Now you can hold on to the outside of that leg. The level is comfortable, so wherever you feel is comfortable for you, and then you bring your top arm up to the ceiling. You're thinking of wrapping the rib cage around your spine, staying here for a full breath, and then bring your arm down, come back to the center together, rotating from the rib cage. And we're going to do 2 more each side. So this is a really lovely way of loosening up the spine, stretching out the legs. Again, only go to a level where you can relax into it. Come back to the center, rotate over the right leg, hold on to the outside with my left hand. Keep the legs straight all the time, tummy in, shoulders relaxed. Arm down, come back to the center. We'll do one more each side. A really good stretch to start any kind of session off. Back to the center and once more over my right leg. And then coming back down to the center. We'll stay here for a couple of extra breaths. If you want to take your legs a bit wider, you can do, and see how much of your head or your arms or your hands you can get down onto the floor. Try and keep your legs straight and really enjoy that stretch through your inside thighs. A couple more breaths here. And then you can keep your hands where they are on the floor and toe heel your way back to, they're back to hip width apart. If necessary, you can come onto your fingertips. And then you can tuck your pelvis under and roll yourself back up again. So now we're nicely loosened up, let's do a little bit of tummy work. Okay, we're going to do the scissors now, which is a great exercise for the stomach. And this is where I said if you've got a ball, then use it, or a cushion, or you don't have to have either. It doesn't matter. So come to lying on your back. Come into a double knee fold, always keeping that pelvis nice and still. And extend your legs up to the ceiling with your feet softly pointed. Bring your arms above your chest. So if you haven't got the ball, then just bring your arms up by your chest. Then we're going to curl up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to curl yourself up to the tips of the shoulder blades, and you're going to stay on the tips of the shoulder blades. So then you're going to bring the left leg and try and touch the ball as you lengthen the right leg away. Then you bring up and you let the right leg touch the ball as you lengthen the left leg away. That's 2 and 3. So my upper body isn't shifting at all. The ball stays in the middle. That's 4 and 5 and 6. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Now bring your left leg up and curl yourself back down. Hug your knees into your chest. So it's also a lovely way of stretching out the back of the leg as well. So as well as working the abdominals, you're getting a nice stretch through your leg. So let's do another 10 now. Bring your arms above your chest, extend your legs up, hip width apart, feet are softly pointed. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl yourself up. And then bring your right leg towards as you lengthen the left leg away. And swap over 1 and 2 and 3. And 4 and 5 and 6, shoulders relaxed, and 7, your tummy should be glowing, and 8 and 9 and 10. Then bring the right leg up and curl yourself back down. Give yourself a nice hug, your knees into your chest. Well done. So that's a great way to waken up all those abdominals and get a nice glow in the abdominals. Good. So let's do the rollovers now. I'm going to actually take my hair clip out. And also, if you've got a head cushion, make sure that you don't have the head cushion behind your head. So again, I've done a tutorial for this, so it's really important that you do this exercise correctly, because if you have any lower back problems, then you need to refer to the tutorial first, okay? So I'm going to do the full one with various adaptations. We're going to do 6 of these. So I'm going to start with my legs straight out, and I'm going to start with my arms above my chest. I breathe in to bring my legs up and breathe out to roll them over my body. Stay here as I breathe in and then coming back down, rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, and then lowering my legs without arching my back. Another arm position is with your arms behind your head. Breathe in to bring your legs up. Breathe out to roll your legs over your body. Stay here, get a good breath in, nice full breath into your back. And then think about lengthening your spine back on the mat, one vertebra at a time, trying not to bring your head and neck up, but have that sense of lengthening as you come back down, and then lowering your legs without arching your back. So you have now 2 arm positions. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this arm position. We're going to do 4 more. Breathing in to bring your legs up. Breathing out, lift your heels to the ceiling and take your legs over your body, one vertebra at a time. Don't hurry it. Try not to use momentum, but use your abdominal muscles. Flex your feet here, and then after your in-breath, come out of your roll down, one vertebra at a time, and lower your legs. Okay, I'll do 3 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay here, breathing in, flex your feet to come out of it. Use your abdominals to press those vertebrae into the mat, one at a time, so that you don't bring your head and your neck up, and then lower your legs. I'll do another one like so. Breathing in and lift your heels to the ceiling as you come up over the body. Relaxing here. You're never going onto your neck, just to your shoulder blades, the top of your shoulder blades. And then think about using your abdominals, pressing, lengthening one vertebra onto the mat, then the next, then the next, then the next. So you get a lovely sequential movement in the spine. And I'll do 1 more. Breathing in. Come up with flexed feet, reach the heel to the ceiling. Use your abdominals to roll your legs over. If you want to give yourself a nice stretch here, you can hold on to your feet, not onto my neck. My head is completely relaxed. And then I roll back down, keeping my feet flexed, lengthening my spine back along, and then lowering my legs without arching my back. So using my abdominals and my lower core. So I hope that was all right. If you do it that way, you won't create any tension in your lower back. If you have your arms by your side and you push off, you will create tension and you won't actually be strengthening your abdominals. So it's worth persevering. So if you haven't managed to do the full one, then watch my tutorial for adaptations. Come to sitting, and we're going to do an exercise called backward leg kick. So come with your feet hip width apart. Make sure you're sitting right on those sit bones again, and have your hands with your fingers pointing towards your buttocks. This might feel a little bit strange now, and your natural instinct is to have your hands like that, but we're going to lift up, and in which case you definitely need to have your fingers towards your buttocks. So your arms are going to stay straight, and your shoulders are going to stay relaxed. So take a breath in here. As you breathe out, reach through your arms and lift your pelvis. Now keep your pelvis on a level and lift 1, 2, and 3. Lower that leg and then lift 1, 2, and 3. Keep your arms straight as you lower your buttocks down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift onto your arms, keep your pelvis level, alternate the leg you lead with, 1, 2, 3, and then the other leg, 1, 2, 3. Keep your arms straight as you lower your pelvis down. After you've done a couple of sets, always come off, even if your wrists feel okay, just because otherwise there's a lot of pressure going through your wrists, and it's always good to give them a break, and then clench your fists and spread your fingers wide just to release the tension. So we're going to do that after each set. Okay, so take a breath in here, straight arms, shoulders relax. As you breathe out, lift your pelvis. Keep the pelvis lifted, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Keep your arms straight as you lower back down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lift your pelvis. Lift 1, 2, 3. Drop your heel. Keep the pelvis lifted. 1, 2, and 3. And then lower yourself. And now 1 more set. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Lift. And 1, 2, 3 kicks, and 1, 2, 3 kicks, and lower. And now come off your arms, and we've done that. Well done. So that's a fantastic exercise for strengthening the back of the arms, strengthening the wrists, and strengthening your buttocks and stretching through the back of your leg. So it does lots of good things all in one go. Okay, so we're going to go on to do some leg work and working our buttocks as well. So come to lying on your side, get a little head cushion, fold it in half and put it between your arm and your head. And then start with your legs in line with your body. And then you're going to come forward, keeping your back where it is and your pelvis where it is. Just hinge from the hip crease to bring your legs forward at 45 degrees. You can have your fingertips just resting lightly here or have your hand behind your head, whichever you like. And then you're going to take your top leg back in line with the spine at hip height. Flex your foot and reach through the heel. So you've got a little gap between your waist and the mat so you're not collapsed in here. That top hip is lengthened away. And as you take your leg up and as you bring your leg down, you have that sense of reaching through the heels. So constantly stretching the leg away from the hip. Okay, so take a breath in, and as you breathe out, take the leg up and back down to hip height. And up and down. We're going to do 8 of each, and that's 3. Don't drop this waist here. Keep lengthening through the leg. 4. Stretch away 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Now keep your pelvis back where it is. Just reach your heel away from your sit bone. Come forward at hip height. Point the foot. Use the hamstring to draw the leg back just behind your body without altering your upper body. So you breathe in and you breathe out. So try not to move your upper body, but keep your body still, especially as the leg goes behind, you're not bringing your upper body forward. You keep that still. That's 3 and 4. So really use your abdominals for stability. And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now take the leg behind the body without altering the upper body, starting at hip height. You're going to go down to the floor, up to hip height, and 2 and 3. Keep pulling in your tummy, and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now bring the leg back in line with the spine and do some circles. So round in front, behind and up. So down to the floor, equidistant in front and behind that body. 3, 4, 5. Keep the upper body still. 6 and 7 and 8. And then reverse the circles. It's just the thigh bone circling in the hip socket. Keep everything else still. That's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, last one, and 8. Now bend that top knee onto the floor in front of you. Give your buttock a good rub if it's really hurting. Now if you want, you can always put your knee on a cushion. It's entirely up to you. And now lengthen your underneath leg back in line with your spine. The foot is pointed, and just take your leg off the mat, and it's not going to come onto the mat now until you've finished. You're using all the muscles from the inside of the knee all the way up the inside thigh. So lift and squeeze your upper thighs, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. We're going to do 2 more, 9 and 10. Now flex the foot, lift from the inside of the heel. 1. Really squeeze those upper inner thighs. And 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now point the foot and just do 10 little circles in each direction, and then we've done these. 3 and 4, 5, keep your legs straight. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and reverse. You should really feel that inner thigh working. 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then relax that leg back on to the floor. And now bring your legs, both your legs, into a chair position. So here we do a nice quad stretch. So bring your knee in towards your chest so you could reach the front of your ankle. What you mustn't do is that, because you're twisting your lower back and your pelvis. So bring your knee up, reach the front of your ankle, keep the knee, don't make it below hip level or at hip level, not above hip level anyway. And then take your knee back and your heel to near your buttock as possible. So what you're looking for is a straight line from the front of the body all the way down the front of the thigh. If it's particularly tight, then you can just relax that a little bit and then take the knee further away. So really stretching the knee away from you. Keep the hips to the front, no arching in the back, tummy in, shoulders relaxed, and breathe into this stretch. If you're wearing trousers and you've got a bad knee, you can always hold on to the back of the trousers so you don't have such an acute angle at the knee here. And then you still get the quad stretch without hurting your knee. So you can stay here for a few more breaths. It's feeling very strong, tight today, so I'm going to really breathe and relax into that. There we go, and then let go. So let's do the other side now. Come to sitting up and swing your legs over. So start with your legs in a straight line with your body. Remember, you're going to keep your back straight in the back of the pelvis, and hinging from the hip creases, bring your legs forward at 45 degrees. Your top leg is back in line with your spine at hip height. And you keep reaching through that heel so you don't collapse here, lengthening that top hip away. I'm going to have my hands here, but if you want to just rest your fingertips slightly, what you're not doing is using it for support. So all the work is coming from the leg, and you should feel it in the buttock. Okay, so remember to stretch through the heel as you take your leg up, and stretch through the heel as you bring it back to hip height. And each time, see if you can get a tiny bit higher. 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. Keep the foot flexed. Take it forward at hip height. Point the foot and use the back of the leg, the hamstring, to take the leg back without altering your upper body. So breathing in and breathing out. That's 2. Breathing in and breathing out. You want to make sure that you've taken the leg back, that you're really open here. That's 3 and 4. Just isolate that leg. And 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So now take the leg behind you, keep the foot pointed, start at hip height, then go down to the floor and up to hip height, down and up, and 3 and 4, keep your tummy in, and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and now the circles. So circle in front, behind the body, between the hip and the floor. That's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and reverse. Just think what good this is doing you. And that's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, nearly there, 7 and 8, and now bend that knee either on the floor in front of you, or if you'd rather have it on a cushion, give yourself a nice rub if it's really hurting. Hopefully you're feeling it there. And now have your underneath leg in line with your spine. Point the foot and take the leg just off the mat. And now going to lift and squeeze, lifting from the inside of the knee all the way up the inside thigh. Don't let it rest back on the mat. And that's 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. We're going to do 10 and 8 and 9 and 10. Now flex the foot, lift from the inside of the heel. 1 and 2 and 3. Really squeeze. And 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9 and 10. And now point the foot again and now do the circles. 10 in each direction. That's 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and reverse. And 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And now relax your leg down. Bring both your legs into chair position to do the quad stretch on the top leg. So bring your knee to your chest so you can reach the front of your ankle, and then take your leg around. You're not arching the back, so keep the tummy in and the hips to the front, and just encourage, using your breath, that the front of the thigh is on a straight line with the front of your body. Keep your shoulders relaxed and use your breath here. You work really hard, nice firm buttocks. Also those inner thigh lifts and circles that we were doing, if anyone has a knee problem, often it's the inside of the thigh that's quite weak, so that will also help strengthen the knee. And remember, if this is particularly tight, you can release it and then encourage it back a little bit further. The quad, which is the front of the thigh, gets very tight very quickly, but it also responds to stretching very quickly, so it's really worth doing. And you'll be amazed in a few days, if you do this every day, you'd really notice a difference. So it's definitely worth doing. And a couple more breaths here, and then release that leg. Well done, that was good work. So come to sitting. And now, having worked our buttocks, let's give them a nice stretch. So come to lying on your back. So we're going to finish with a little bit of relaxation now, having worked nice and hard. So come back to your feet and knees hip width apart, with your cushion or without it, whichever you prefer. And now bring your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Take hold of your left knee and draw diagonally up and across your body to the right shoulder, and relax your shoulders here. And hopefully you're getting a nice stretch in the back of the left buttock, the left hip, the back of the left leg possibly. So just using your breath, relax here. You can close your eyes or open them, whichever you wish. You're coming diagonally across the body, getting a really nice stretch. Now if that's strong enough, then carry on holding that. If you want to take it a little bit further, a little bit deeper, bring your right knee up. And now hold your left foot and the left knee, and using your right knee, draw your left foot and knee towards your chest, but keep your shoulders relaxed. And while you're here, we might as well do some ankle circles with our right foot. So do a few circles in each direction. Now, if this is too strong for you, then just go back to having your left knee towards your right shoulder and drop your right foot back on the mat. And now still your foot will stay here for an extra breath. Just encourage that left foot and knee towards your chest, keeping any tension out of your face, your neck or your shoulders. And then drop your right foot down and drop your left foot back to being hip width apart. And now bring your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Take hold of your right knee and draw diagonally up and across to your left shoulder, and get a really good stretch in the back of the right hip, the right leg. And often you'll notice one side is particularly tight, or one side is tighter than the other. So you can always go back and do the tighter side again. So don't have to just do one each side. If you've got the time, then a couple each side, and even 3 if one side's particularly tight. And relax and use your breath, remember, to release into this. Just really getting a good stretch. And then to take it a bit further, a bit deeper stretch, a slightly different stretch actually too, you bring your left knee up, hold to your right foot and the right knee and draw towards your chest. So you're getting different muscles within your buttock here. So they're nice stretches. And then let's do some ankle circles on the left hand side here. So don't let any tension creep in anywhere else, just keep nice and relaxed. Use your breath, and then still your foot, and a couple more breaths to encourage that right knee and right foot a little bit further. Getting a really nice stretch here. And then drop your left foot and bring your right leg over your left thigh. So the back of the knee is over the thigh. And then take your knees and your hips over to your right and roll your head to the left. But make sure your left shoulder blade doesn't come off. So your shoulders stay relaxed and on the mat. And you're just getting a nice stretch here. Now let your legs feel nice and heavy. Don't hold on to the tension there. No arching in your back. Tummy stays in and head stays relaxed, releasing any tension in your jaw. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And then to come back to the center, pull in your abdominals, get your lower back into the mat, bring your legs back to the center. Keep them crossed as they are. Now take them over to your left hand side. Roll your head to the right, keeping this shoulder down and relaxed. And you can close your eyes and use your breath to relax into here. Try not to hold on to any tension here. If you want to take the stretch a bit further, you can reach your left hand just behind your right knee and just pull over a touch more, but as long as this shoulder stays down and relaxed. You don't want to just roll onto your side. And there's some nice breaths here, relaxing everything. Just getting a nice gentle stretch through your lower back here. And then to come back to the center, get your lower back onto the mat, use your abdominals, use your core. And now let's cross the legs the other way. So now your left leg is hanging over your right thigh. And again, take your knees and hips to your right as you roll your head to the left. And here you can put your right hand behind your left knee and draw across only if your left shoulder can stay where it is. And then getting a nice stretch in the neck as well. Relaxing the jaw. Check your tongue is released inside your mouth. A nice soft face. One more breath here. And then come back, pulling in your abdominals, get your lower back into the mat. And then bring your knees up to the center and now over to the left as you roll your head to the right. Now you've got this leg on top here, so you don't need to use your hand. You get a nice stretch through the outside of that right thigh. Just keeping yourself beautifully relaxed. Keep your focus on your body, just into the rise and fall of your breath. And then come back to the center, get your lower back into the mat, use your abdominals and uncross your legs. So let's just stay here just for a couple of breaths with your eyes closed. Keeping everything nice and relaxed. And then lengthen one leg away and then lengthen the other leg away. Place your hands on top of your thighs and roll yourself up. Get one last stretch over your legs, relaxing your head, relaxing your shoulders, stretching from your lower back. Breath into your back here and then sit nice and tall. And well done. That was a great workout and hopefully you feel nice and energized and toned and stretched, ready for another session another time. Many thanks.